What's going on, guys? It's Jake here from Chief Live Gaming. Today, a commission log video for you guys. So, this is a commission for a Tzeentch army, a rather good core, I should say. So, not huge collection, but a good start for the core of an Age of Sigmar Tzeentch army. The client has requested everything you see here, as well as a few other things, the blue Scribes, I believe, and some disc Heralds as well will be arriving. So what we have here are 30 pink horrors, 20 of the old pink horrors, the old pewter ones, which we're going to use as blue horrors. Pretty nice models, and they're a little smaller, so they work out actually really nicely as blue horrors. 3 chariots. Chariots are quite good. And then 3 screamers and a foot herald, again, to be added to this collection. We have some disc heralds and some other things. Kind of the centerpiece, we have the Lord of Change. Now, this guy isn't fully assembled because I'm going to paint him the different parts separately to make it easier on myself, but it is a Lord of Change with the baleful sword, which is really good, and the staff. So everything's going to be based on my slate bases, which look a little bit like this. I'm going to have to actually make a new sculpt for the Lord of Change size base, which is this guy here. I don't actually know what size this is offhand. It might be like 100 mil. I mean, it looks like it might even be a little bigger, but I'll make a new sculpt for that, and then mold and cast it for my eBay store as well, coming soon. So that'll be nice. Yeah, let's see here. What can I mention about this project? Really been quiet on the Western front of Instagram and social media in general the last few days because I've been assembling all of this stuff. So that's why I've been kind of absent on social media the last few days. Now that we're starting the actual artistic side of things, I will be updating more regularly. Trying to think here. So what we're looking at here is tabletop standard, or level 1 as I'm starting to call it, on all the small demons here. Level 2, or tabletop plus as some people refer to it, for the chariots and a few other things, and then level 3 or display for the Lord of Change. So basically the how I handle that is I factor in the budget and just paint as many hours as that equates to, and just give it my best sort of treatment. I don't do any quick techniques or cut any corners. And it's really just as much as the client wants to pay towards the model is as much time as I put in. So that's kind of how my display quality works. So when I did the Thunderhawk project log, I guess I'll say, I split it into multiple videos. What I'm thinking for this is I'm just going to mash the clips together into one video, and then kind of give you guys that as the behind the scenes, and then I will do a showcase video separately, so there will be 2 separate videos for you guys to take a look at if you are interested in this project. So my next steps: get all these guys primed up, some quick zenithal priming, lay down the base coats with my airbrush, do some basic gradient sort of things where necessary, some transitions with the airbrush, and get started on the bases and move into the brushwork. So hopefully the plan is to have this army finished in a little over a week to completion. So it's a bit of a stretch for me, but that's the goal, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. And we're back. So it has been 1 week since the last clip. It is Monday, May 1st today, so it's time for an update. I had originally thought to try to have this army done by this Wednesday, so in 2 days. I think we're close to on track for that. So we have a lot of the sort of groundwork laid on the larger stuff, like the transitions laid down on the models here with the airbrush, and all the bases that I need done are complete, as well as all of the little troops, the pinks and the blues, are completed. So over the next couple of days, my goal is to finish the Chariots and the Screamers, and then begin work on the Lord of Change, which is probably going to take an additional week to wrap up. Just kind of at my leisure, I'm going to put more and more time into the Lord Change as budget and sort of taste allows for my client. Now, the pinks, I want to give you guys a look. These are basically split into squads of 10 with tongue color to differentiate the squads or the groups. So we have like the orange color tongue, the blue tongue, and green, which are my favorite over here. And the blues are grouped into groups of 10 as well, 2 groups of 10. Now, the tongue colors are a lot harder to see here. I did something a little different on these. I'm definitely going to be brightening those tongues up because they're just too blendy. I don't like how they turned out. So we're going to make those look a little more like the bright and exciting sort of Tzeentch tongues that are on the pink horrors. So that all turned out pretty cool. Tabletop standard again, or level 1 for all of this stuff here. So nothing crazy, but a nice, playable look. So again, over here, we're starting to move up in quality. So the Screamers are also going to be level 1, and those shouldn't take too long. But then the Chariots, we're moving up to level 2, or Tabletop Plus, as some people like to call it. So I'm going to have to put a little more time into those. And, of course, the Lord of Change is going to be display or studio quality, and will be quite fun to paint. I'm going to pick out all the feathers with edge highlights and etc. So it should be quite fun. I really did enjoy working on the Lord of Change so far. It's such a beautiful model, working with the different tones of blue and purple, really, to lay down these basic transitions. Already the model is starting to look pretty cool. I have actually not painted one of these yet, so should be fun. Very cool. So I will update you guys probably on Wednesday again, or as soon as I get anything else monumental done, and I'll show you what's going on. See you guys in just a second. Okay guys, it is Wednesday. I've finished the Flaming Chariots as well as the Screamers. So the Screamers here are level 1. I did some, if it focuses, it's kind of in close here. Some cool little eye effects here. Pretty standard stuff. And then the Flaming Chariots are level 2. So just a little bit more detail on the, if we put a Screamer that's level 1 versus a level 2 Screamer here, the highlights are just brightened up a little more on here, a little more attention to detail on the level 2, and then of course the Chariots themselves and all the cool flame effect on these models. So I'm actually on my way to deliver these to my client right now, so I will take some pictures and show them with everything else in the showcase video. But these models, guys, I have to say, were a lot of fun to work on, but also very time consuming. A lot more time consuming than I originally thought to do these, but I think they turned out really, really nice, and I hope my client is happy. So I'll see you guys in the next clip. Welcome back, guys. So it's been another week since the last clip where I finished up the Chariots and delivered them to my client. It's now the following Wednesday, and as you may have guessed by what you're seeing in front of you, I have finished the last chunk of the commission, and it is ready to be delivered. So this includes Fate Weaver, or Lord of Change rather, to level 3, which is my display standard. Basically, we discuss a price budget, and I just paint into that budget. So Fate Weaver here, I call him Fate Weaver. He's just a Lord of Change. He's going to be washed out by just the nature of this camcorder. So I will of course show you guys additional pictures here, rather than spin him around too much right now and give you a look at him. Because this camera probably isn't doing him very much justice at this point. So he is complete. This model, guys, is incredible. If you get a chance, if you like painting and are a painter, get your hands on this model, whether it's for yourself or for a client, and paint it up. I really did have a good time painting this guy, and it was challenging, very challenging model to paint, and also very time consuming just due to the amount of detail on this model. Everywhere you look, there's an awesome amount of detail, whether it's the skin, the accessories, the feathers. I mean, everything is just chock full of awesome detail, which we've become accustomed to, that's what I'm trying to say, from GW in their newer sculpts. An absolutely incredible model. I hope my client is happy. So, again, pictures to follow on the Lord of Change. Also down here we have a Herald on a disc. This is just, the request was tabletop standard. I gave him a little extra attention here on some of the things, but basically a tabletop standard paint job. Pretty cool. Another neat model, although it is fine cast, which I'm not a very big fan of. It was a nice model to paint. And then, so last I want to show you guys the blue Scribes. This was a level 2 or tabletop plus paint job, so a mid-level paint job. A little bit of slight freehand on the books, you know, nothing special other than a little freehand there. It's just a standard paint job, but very, very nice model. I never actually had been able to see a blue Scribes model until I got my hands on this one, so that was cool. Again, pictures to follow, but I think the opportunity for freehand on the pages of the books with drawing some Tzeentch symbols and things like that would be really, really cool for those of you guys that are maybe a little more motivated for your own collection or have a little more time to do this model. I was a little limited on time here, but I think he turned out pretty good, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, as I close out, I'm going to, of course, show you guys some pictures. Again, if you'd like to see kind of the full army, not all together, unfortunately, but just pictures of the entire army, be sure to check out the showcase video, which I will link in the description below, where it's just basically a slideshow of all of the finished models, pictures from my DSLR, a higher quality camera than what you're seeing right here. I'll show you a couple of those pictures at the end of this video just to give you an idea of what you could expect if you were to head over there. So I want to say thank you guys very much for sticking through this video with me. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at the work I've done here for my clients. Originally, I thought we could finish this entire project in about a week. It ended up taking me about 3. We did increase the quality of a few things as we went, so that was something to add time. And of course, as we all know, when you're painting and building models, there's always something that comes up that you don't expect. So not bad overall, I would say. 3 weeks to do this commission, and pretty happy with it. So I want to say just one more time thank you, and if you guys are interested in seeing tutorials or any kind of sort of guides on some of the techniques that I've used in these models here, just feel free, drop a comment down below. I'll be happy to answer or make a video for you guys. Consider checking out my Patreon if you are interested in supporting the channel and seeing more tutorials, more battle reports from the channel. And that's there for you guys if you are interested. So, hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.